Fuck around, make my 40 pop. No popcorn, I pop pistols, reaming my body.
Alright guys, I was thinking about uploading this on my second channel, but I remember the last time I did one of these on my second channel, a lot of you guys wanted me to upload this on my main channel. So I'm going to edit it a little bit more and actually put this on my main channel. But regardless, spoilers for chapter 61 actually did come out. Not the full thing, which is very important, but some of the actual spoilers did actually come out. These spoilers do actually come from Boruto art. Again, it was emphasized that this right here is not necessarily the full thing, but there is still some interesting things. So don't be surprised if I do upload a second video on this topic, just because of the fact that there's probably going to be more spoilers actually released probably today. I'm just going to read over it. This is like my first run through of these spoilers, so you guys can get like a raw reaction or whatever. But the chapter overall summary: Amato claims that Kawaki's love for Naruto is beyond father complex and can only be described as madness. Shikamaru said that Code's worship for Otsutsuki is similar. So it's pretty much saying that Shikamaru and Amato are actually talking amongst each other, which is kind of interesting, man, because Shikamaru has been suspicious of this whole entire thing from the rip. Like, let's keep it a G. Shikamaru hates everything that has to do with the Kata organization, with Kawaki, all of that. So them actually sitting down and having a conversation, especially after Amato took Shikadai captive the first time that they did actually come in, that right there is kind of insane. But regardless, let's get to the next one. It says, while they were hanging out, Shikadai and Inojin explained to Boruto and Kawaki about Konoha's sensing system. They mentioned that it was impossible for one to escape the surveillance of the sensory team without the ability to erase their own chakra. So them actually talking about the sensory system is going to be interesting. I wonder what actually drove them to actually bring that up. But regardless, it says Kawaki seemed to be contemplating something after that statement. Nigga, are they about to have Kawaki leave the Hidden Leaf Village? Like, Kawaki, he's been like on a 3-chapter malaise of like him, you feel me, contemplating his life, his lifestyle, what he should do, who he should protect, a whole bunch of stuff like that. And now he's actually about to leave again. But regardless, it says there's a few panels on Sasuke in the middle of the chapter. To put it short, the Konoha is in panic. What? What? Yo, I hate how non-descriptive these things are. By the way, big shout out to them even giving us these spoilers and leaks, because first things first, they don't even have to, and of course second things second, it takes work to actually translate it, because I'm pretty sure they're getting a lot of this information in Japanese. So I'm definitely not shaming them or anything like that, but it's just the fact that this thing right here is so goddamn vague. Like, to put it short, Konoha is in panic. Like, I mean, I don't know. Let's continue on. The panel then switches to Shikamaru and Amato on a rooftop. In the evening, Kawaki returned to the Uzumaki household and used throwing old magazines as an excuse to leave the house. Using a shadow clone to escape the surveillance team and erase his own chakra, the sensing system in the Konoha village could not sense Kawaki at all. So it seems like Kawaki is actually leaving the Hidden Leaf Village. Why? I have absolutely no idea. Like, he just came to the resolve last chapter, like, yo, I'm gonna stay here, I'm gonna protect the people who actually do recognize me. So now he's actually trying to leave. I don't know, Chief. The next one says only Boruto and Ida knows Kawaki's escape. Well, Ida's gonna notice mainly because she has the clairvoyance. Boruto, we don't necessarily know exactly why he notices. I'm pretty damn sure he's not necessarily a sensory ninja or anything like that, so he probably just has that intuition, that brotherly intuition that Kawaki actually did leave. I wonder what he's going to do, and I wonder what the new Kata organization is going to do. Obviously, because they do have some sort of business with Kawaki, they might actually move on Kawaki. I don't know, bro. This is getting interesting. And I do want to point out, this right here is not going to be the full chapter. So I do want to see exactly what really happens. Now, the next one says, Cole questions about how Kawaki managed to erase his own chakra. Ada answers that Kawaki is an Otsutsuki after all, and it's only natural that he is able to use the skill set of an Otsutsuki. That is crazily vague again. Like, I understand that we don't really know anything about Otsutsuki members, and of course they could just cover a lot of things up by saying, hey, Kawaki and Boruto Otsutsuki, they could do anything. But they gotta explain sometimes they just gotta explain some of this stuff, right? Like, it can't just be me. The next one says Kawaki left Konoha and is heading somewhere. Code is super puzzled about Kawaki's actions, but nevertheless, this is a great opportunity. Code, I will directly ask him when I see him in person. The pursuit of Kawaki begins. A storm is coming, chapter ends. Okay, so now we have a good idea of what's going to happen in the next chapter. This right here feels more of like a, I wouldn't necessarily say too much of a Kodachi type of chapter, but because Kodachi loves to have these cliffhangers every single chapter there was an absolutely insane cliffhanger. That's probably because every single chapter there was a lot of action. But regardless, this cliffhanger right here, I really like it. I really do wish that we had some sort of closure in this particular episode. Obviously, the next chapter is probably going to be very good. Hopefully, it's going to be very good. I just really want to see the events of the next chapter and this chapter. That right there isn't necessarily criticism. That's just me being a fan. But regardless, I do want to know what you guys think about this chapter right here in the comment section below. Again, this supposedly is not the full thing, but it's definitely confusing as to why Kawaki does actually want to leave the Hidden Leaf Village. Just to remind you guys, Kawaki was actually talking about him potentially gaining power, doing something to actually gain power. We don't know exactly what that is. Hopefully he does kind of allude to it in this chapter right here. Possibly we find out a little bit more about that when we get some more spoilers about this chapter. But regardless, man, this right here is definitely interesting. I do know what you guys think about this chapter in the comment section below. But it's me, your boy Baara, and we out.
It's a knife.